Hi, I'm Tim. Welcome to our channel and thanks for logging on. If you enjoyed these videos, do me a favor and subscribe to our YouTube channel right here at Watchbox Reviews. I would really appreciate it and I promise to update daily. If you like this watch, you can see it and you can purchase it on our website, thewatchbox.com. And today we discuss one of the most inventive watches of 2018. This is the Hublot Classic Fusion Chronograph Italia Independent Pieds-de-Poule in titanium 45mm. It has a houndstooth weave inspired by Italian fashion specialist Italia Independent. Traditionally known for sunglasses, this is less of a eyewear accessory and perhaps more of a way to translate high-end menswear aesthetic from the vest to the wrist. And it's impressive. It's rare to see a fabric texture on a modern watch, not just on the strap, but about the dial itself. So 45mm in grade 5 titanium, it sits light on the wrist. It feels more like a 40 or 41mm round watch because of the rubber strap and the titanium comprising so much of the assembly. It's not a thick watch at all. 13.8mm is hardly exceptional considering it's an automatic winding sports chronograph. Lug-to-lug, it's a wearable watch. Though 53.6mm does sound awfully broad, I can't overemphasize that being titanium, it's light, and being Hublot, the ergonomics are superb because the case itself is canted down and around the wrist, so it doesn't flare out dramatically over the edge of the wrist like a straight lug watch would. This one's more of a blended form that wraps around your arm, and ergonomics are superb. The strap is a dramatic contrast between the matte black of the natural rubber and the mottled houndstooth profile of the fabric that's used. Now, they call this Rubinacci fabric, and it's impressive in that the farther you get away from it, the more distinct the pattern becomes. And the same is true of the dial. The closer you get, the more complex it looks, but it's interesting because it's equally beguiling at close range and at distance. That's a rarity in any design field. The clasp is standard Hublot, polished and satin finished with the Hublot titanium H-pattern bolts. It's all of high polish with the exception of one critical dimension, and that is the H-pattern Hublot logo inside the chassis, which is satin finished for contrast. Quite secure with twin triggers. You can't accidentally pop this one open. You must depress them. And it has a minderless system, so you can just tuck that strap in underneath the clasp, and as you size it, no excess length flaps in the breeze. There are no minder loops. It's a very clean look. The case is a judicious blend of curves and hard defining angles and seams, as well as satin finish and polish, and they're used to great effect. There's also a contrast between the polish and satin of the metallic surfaces and the black gasket that separates the case from the bezel itself. On the crown side, extended lozenge-shaped chronograph pushers, which have sleeves that give them a burlier or beefier look, but also provide a sort of guide to prevent them from moving about or generating too much play. So they're large and easily accessed, but they're not loose or loopy, and that's thanks to the tight tolerances with the sleeves. 50 meters water resistant, this one is appropriate for surface swimming per Hublot, and because it is just conventional fabric, you can get it wet. The dial made of a matching Rubinacci fabric, and with a couple of blues. You have the blues of the weave itself, then you have the blues of the sub-registers. A handsome bilateral symmetry. I think Hublot went in the right direction, giving the watch an oversized twin register look. There's a very discreet date with white on black print at 6 o'clock, as well as all applique diamond polished and hand applied indices for the hours. You can see the Hublot counterweight to the seconds hand of the chronograph. Let's see if this one's wound up. Sure it is. Constant seconds at 3, chronograph minutes at 9. The Italia Independent logo is ghosted over the dial at 6 o'clock on the underside of the sapphire, as is the Hublot logo at 12 o'clock. Turn it all over, and now you have a high-grade automatic based on a Solida SW300. Let me close up my clasp. We'll talk a little bit about this movement, which Hublot dubs caliber 1153. The first thing I note is that they went with a high-grade balance and hairspring, and I did not expect that. I expected a workmanlike, tough, and reliable Swiss caliber. I didn't expect that Hublot would specify something approaching a chronometer. That's exactly what we have, judging by that balance. And you'll also note Edachron, which allows pretty much any fool with an Edachron tool to make this thing run COS C-spec. Very impressive. Bidirectional winding, 42-hour power reserve, 28.8 beat rate, this one with a quick set date and hacking or stop seconds. It's a surprisingly good-looking movement, though entirely machine finished. I do believe that in the process of specifying a high-grade mechanical spec, Hublot also ordered a handsome combination of snailing on the base plates and perlage on the bridges. Nicely done. The watch is handsome, versatile, and despite being oversized, it wears compact thanks to the shape of the case and the lightness of the grade 5 titanium. And because it is grade 5 titanium, it's more scratch and scuff resistant than any grade 2 case and most steels as well. You can see this one by Italia Independent, the Houndstooth, on the watch box.